Hello everyone, welcome to my first unboxing video. So you might be familiar with other unboxing videos where people unbox new products and explain them to their viewers. I'm going to be doing something similar. I have a box off camera here filled with everyday objects around my apartment that I'm going to use to unbox or unpack some of the ideas from philosophers that we'll be talking about. So today we are unboxing Heidegger. Let's get started. The first thing I have in my box is this skull. Skulls, when represented in art, are oftentimes referred to as memento mori, or a reminder of death. For Heidegger, death is the meaning of life. Because we die, because we are mortal, because we have a finite existence, is what allows us to think of our lives as having a single unified meaning, goal, or purpose. Being towards death means that we are thinking about our lives in that way, that we are trying to create a meaning for our lives in this unified, totalizing way. Now, the meaning of your life can change. You have the freedom to choose the meaning of your life. So your life may have a different meaning now from what you conceived of it earlier, but that's okay because you're still thinking of your past, your present, and your future as all belonging to a single story that has a single meaning or a single purpose. Now let's say a little bit more about the existentialist relationship with time. I've got my watch here. It doesn't work anymore, but it represents time. Now, how do existentialists like Heidegger think about time? Heidegger, in his book, Being and Time, gives us an ecstatic theory of temporality. So if something is static, that means that it's in one place. If it's ecstatic, that means that it's not just in one place. So this is how our experience of time is. Specifically, he thinks that our past, our present, and our future are all interrelated. Think about it this way. The hopes that you have for your future are going to have an impact on the meanings that you think of when you think about your current life, but also how you evaluate your past. Likewise, your evaluation of your past is going to have an impact on how you conceive of your present and what kinds of hopes, dreams, or concerns you have for your future. And similarly, how you evaluate your present condition is going to have an impact on how you conceive of both your past and your future. Okay, so that is the ecstatic theory of temporality. Our time is finite, our time is limited, but we also have to be thinking about past, present, and future as all being part of an interrelated whole. All right, now what do I have here? This is my little Phillips head screwdriver. This is a basic tool. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Heidegger's theory of tools. When we are using tools, they are ready to hand, which means that we are using the tool without really thinking about it or reflecting about it. We are able to use the tool because the tool fits into this totality of concepts that we have about a given situation. So if I'm using this screwdriver, I'm not really thinking about it in an abstract way. Rather, the screwdriver is fitting into my projects, it's fitting into my goals, it's fitting into my plans, and all the concepts I have of all the other things that revolve around my plans. Last but not least, we have measuring tape, which allows us to measure distance. Now, distance is this concept that Harman really focuses on. When we give something distance, that's what we do when we let it be. Now, letting things be is an important concept in the late Heidegger, so to speak. And I'm actually going to do another unboxing video later this week on the original philosopher who brought us this idea of letting things be, Lao Tzu. So Lao Tzu is an ancient Chinese philosopher who wrote the Tao Te Ching thousands of years ago. Heidegger, especially this late Heidegger, was largely inspired by Lao Tzu, so I'm going to give an unboxing video on Lao Tzu later this week. But for now, let's talk about Heidegger's theory of distance. If you allow something to have distance, that means you're letting it be. You're not imposing your own meanings on a thing. So usually when we use a tool, it is something that has no distance between us, which is to say, we understand implicitly exactly how this functions within our schema of goals and projects. Heidegger laments the fact, Harman points out, that distances are being shriveled by the natural sciences, which is to say that things are not allowed to be themselves. So this really is the crux, according to Harman, of Heidegger's critique of technology. Things are not allowed to be as they are. Instead, we think of them merely as either ready at hand or ready to hand. If something is ready to hand, that means that we're using it actively. We're not really reflecting on it. In science, we use tools. A lot of the tools revolve around concepts of measurements, quantities that can be mathematically calculated. But when we reflect abstractly, we also get what we would call presence at hand. Or if something is present at hand, that means that we are thinking about it in this abstract, mathematical, scientific way. In either case, the danger of technology is that we're not letting things be as they are. So for Heidegger, this is dangerous because not letting things be what they are, not letting things reveal themselves in a self-showing way is this supreme danger, because it can extend to everything, including our own lives. So on the positive value side, we have giving things space, allowing for distance, which is to say you're letting things be as they are in themselves, and you're letting them reveal themselves as they are in themselves. To shrivel that space, to diminish that space, is to label it and to assume you know what it is. Specifically, the danger of technology is this inframing or gestell, which is when you reveal the truth about something in a way that prevents it from being itself. So I'll finish up with my final example of what this gestell or inframing concept is. Heidegger's classic example is a hydroelectric dam. Now, once you've put a hydroelectric dam in a riverway, that riverway is never going to be what it was in itself. No matter how much time you spend trying to rehabilitate the habitat or undo the changes, you're never going to be able to make that thing what it was originally. So here's my example. It's hopefully a little bit even more explicit. My example, it's a rudimentary form of mining that is still sometimes used. So say that there is some sort of ore or there's some sort of resource inside a mountain that you want to get to. So you're going to blow up the mountain to get at that ore. Clearly, once you blow up the mountain is no longer going to be itself as it is for its own sake. You've revealed a truth about the mountain. Yes, you've revealed that there is a natural resource in that mountain, but you've revealed this truth in a way that prevents all other ways of revealing truth about that object. I'll see you all tomorrow for the live stream. I hope you've enjoyed my first unboxing, and check out the Lao Tzu unboxing coming later this week.